pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome everyone to a regular session of Goldendale City Council for November 15, 2021. We have a full council, so we can dispense with the roll call. Everybody is here and in person. Pardon? Oh, that's right. Sorry. Darlene Williamson.
I haven't heard from her.
That's not who's coming in.
Okay, Dave,
Yes.
Lauren,
Here.
Ellie,
Here.
Andy,
Here.
Phil,
Here.
Mylan.
Here.
We need an excuse for Darlene.
Yes, this is Darlene's last night on the council, and Larry will be explaining that later in the remarks as far as her appointed term expires. But we need a motion to excuse her from attending this meeting.
So moved. Second.
And moved and seconded to excuse Darlene Williams, City Council member, attendance tonight. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Thank you. The next item, I'm going to have to take this off to be heard very much. Next item, public hearings. And we have a public hearing on revenue sources. And that hearing now is open to anyone here that's attending to make comments during the public hearing on revenue sources. Hearing none, we'll close that public hearing and we'll open the public hearing on the 2022 budget. In both cases, these documents are very much in line with what we've done in the past, so it's not something new or surprising at all. But public hearing on 2022 budget now is open. Anyone here for comments on that budget, proposed budget? If not, we'll go ahead and close that public hearing. And we'll move on to the agenda, and we'll need a motion to approve the agenda and the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda for the regular city council meeting for November 15, 2021, and the consent agenda. Any questions or comments before we vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Don't see. Thank you. The next item is one that I've looked forward to ever since I saw it on the agenda, and it's the presentation for the Goldendale Future Farmers of America. It's a great group of young people doing a lot of very, very needed and helpful service around Goldendale at different events. And I'm going to turn over the presentation to Filberto Ontiveros, our city council member, to lead that presentation. Thank you, Filberto.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to welcome Mrs. Krieg. Ms. Randy Krieg is one of the advisors and her students that are here. They recently went to nationals. Now let them present on their awards, and I'll come up with presentations on them. Great group of students. They've been going to nationals as longer than I've been here, obviously, but and they always come back and represent us at that level and bring back all sorts of awards for things that they do. So, 1 second, and I'll pull that up. would like that?
Okay.
Goes to your next slide.
So I just want to say thank you for this opportunity for our students to present, but in true leadership fashion, they're all in charge of it. So I'm just going to take pictures, but thank
Very
you.
good.
Okay, which one did you say was next?
Right side.
This one. Okay. Hi guys, I'm Taylor Fallenkamp. I'm the high school president this year, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
I'm Corinne Kaiser.
I'm Colby Large.
And I'm Jackson March.
All right, so we're here today to present to you guys our national chapter presentation. It's what we qualified with. We qualified within the top 3% of the nation to go up and collect an award for us in Goldendale, which is big for us. And yeah, we'll start our presentation.
So the day in the life of an FFA member is activities that we have done throughout our organization that promote leadership in FFA and promote others to join. And what we do is through social media, we post different activities and events and or fundraisers that we have participated in. And for example, we have done nationals, as you have heard, and we posted pictures and activities and different workshops that we have done over social media. And some other things that we have done are different welding competitions. Through this, we have gained recognition online and throughout our communities, both through getting new members to join and others that have already joined stepping up to those leadership positions to present. And so that are some things that we have done throughout our day in the life as a member, and just those certain presentations that we have done.
Thank you.
The SAE Spotlight in Zoom, we had students post their SAE projects on Instagram. This helped promote future careers in agriculture. I actually won this competition, got a Carhartt jacket for building a canoe with my dad. Other ways that we promoted future careers in agriculture is we held a Zoom with 6 people in the agricultural field that were less well known. For example, I didn't know a food scientist even existed. Next one.
Okay, so this is a vaping no thanks kind of thing that we did to promote not vaping in all of our schools. So we had a video made, and we had people present different facts, how vaping can affect your body and your mental health and all kinds of things like that. So, and that actually reached a lot of people through our online source, as well as going to classrooms and presenting it one-on-one. So yeah, that's our anti-vaping thing.
So gift cards for grades was an activity that we did. It was actually really cool because some of the kids were having a lot of trouble during COVID when all the learning switched over to online. So we were trying to come up with ways that we could get them urged to keep up on their grades and keep being the amazing students that we're supposed to be. So we had local businesses donate gift cards to us, which was very generous from our public. And we drew members that had C's or better, which is just passing your classes basically, but C's or better puts you in good standings. And 95% of our FFA members had C's or better, so we got to draw names out of a hat that could receive these gift cards for having their good grades. It was kind of a cool way that we could encourage members to keep up academically. So yeah, that was a pretty cool opportunity for us.
So the fun fitness activities, what we did to promote health is we did a calendar, and each day you would have a different activity. Some of the examples are, there was a yoga pose called the Happy Pig. One day you could have done a minute plank. The next day you could have done just like eating something healthy. This is how we helped promote staying healthy during COVID-19.
So through our Zero Waste Challenge, we encourage members within FFA and throughout our community to pledge to decrease their carbon footprint. And so what we did is we put up flyers, and we had members go around our communities asking people to pledge to reduce their carbon emissions, and when they would, they would pledge to reduce their carbon footprint or emissions, they would get signed up for a list, and then we would do a drawing, and the winners would be pulled for various different prizes within our organization. And so this helped get the community involved and have awareness for these sort of problems.
Okay, this is probably the favorite thing I did this year for FA. It is the Love Where You Live, Shop Local. So basically we contacted a whole bunch of different local businesses and created banners for them to be placed all around the community, up on the poles, poles where you'll see like senior vendors and all types of stuff like that. And we had, this was actually donated to us. We had Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce actually paid for all of these banners for us to have up around the community, so that was a really good thing for us, and I got to help make these banners and put them up, and it helped tie FFA to our local businesses by helping the local businesses get more people in and out of their shops, and it helped us with support from everybody.
So our community sponsor banners was a kind of a charity that we did, because through FFA we get donations from our community, and as a way of giving back and saying thanks from different businesses that have donated, we created a banner for them that represented their business and had their logos on it. And so in return for donations and just another way to give recognition that we are all supported by everyone else, and the community is a big part of what we do, and so this was just a way to give back to our businesses that have given us donations and are supporting us. So that is what we did for that.
So this was definitely my favorite service project that we did. So we wanted to come up with a way that we could help the public and have some fun for our members at the same time. And we can always use more mittens and socks to go around during the winter to some of the people in our community. So what we did is we collected, students brought in mittens and socks and donated them to our school, and other community members were able to do this too. And then we held a drive-in movie at the Sunshine Mill at the Dalles, where people could come and pay an entry fee to come and watch the movie. It was really fun because I went to this with my friends, and it was so much fun to go to the drive-in movie because that's kind of something we don't really have in Goldendale. And it was really cool that we got to pursue another way to get back to the public, especially in this hard time of winter. So it was really cool to see all the members that were pitching in to give socks and mittens to the youth of our community.
Okay. So for the cornucopia coloring, what we did is we taught primary school students what you would typically have at Thanksgiving. Examples are like Thanksgiving turkey, ham, corn, biscuits, stuff like that. After we finish telling them what you typically have, we give them a blank piece of paper that had a cornucopia on it, and we'd have them draw whatever they wanted in it. And then after that, we'd turn them all in, put them in a jar, shake it up, draw one of the cornucopias. It didn't have to be the best looking, it just had to be a random one. And whichever one was drawn, we would give them a Thanksgiving meal for the family and stuff.
Okay, so mugging for dues was a way to incorporate children who couldn't necessarily pay their full dues. So we made these mugs that people could buy and basically sponsor an FFA kid. So they would pay their dues for them while also receiving this mug that they got that said Goldendale FFA on it. So that was really cool for us to be able to let in more members that may have not been able to pay their dues before, or members that may just someone got sponsored. And yeah, so it tied in our community and it helped out some FFA members along the way.
So for Must-Have Mondays for our support groups, we want to promote agricultural education by showcasing agriculture leaders to support these programs. And for this one, we had 10 posts that were gathered, engaged from all these people, and it was cool because we got to promote agriculture education by showcasing leaders to support these programs. It was a really cool experience to see everybody chipping in on these.
Okay, for the Piss the Kid Kiss the Pig contest. What we did is we put jars with teachers' names on them in the office, so students could put money in the jar. It's kind of like voting for the teacher that they wanted to kiss the pig. Teacher at the end who had the most money in the jar would have to kiss the pig. The few days leading up to the event, we'd announce who was in first place and second place and third place like that, so then kids would bring in more money to make their teacher kiss the pig. In the end, John Gardner had to kiss the pig. All the money gathered for this competition was donated to the soup kitchen.
Alright, so for agricultural advocacy, we did 2 events. One where you made 2 rocks, one with an ag fact, and the other was like the matching pair to it. And we hid them, and then members would go and find them and then match them up together, and then we post on social media when they found their rocks together to promote agricultural facts around the community. So anybody in the community could go find these rocks, and if they found them, they'd go find the matching pair, and then we would post them on social media for them so everybody could see our ag facts that we made. And then we also did some work with the primary school kids where we did, they went and made like flowers, and we taught them about the different parts of like flowers to get them introduced to agriculture. So we tried to tie in our upperclassmen with the primary school members to push them up into agriculture one day, so maybe they can be a part of our foundation.
So when COVID first hit and online learning had begun, students were required to do their schoolwork from home, and many of them weren't equipped with either the right tools or just didn't have the right supplies to fulfill their academic needs at home. And so what we did is we put together these little almost like gift bags full of different school supplies and just learning materials so that students who may not have access or may not have access to different school supplies could come and pick them up so that they could proceed learning at home during COVID. And so that is how we helped out our community during COVID regarding learning.
Alright, so as you guys know, we just got back from nationals, and we're all going to tell you what our favorite thing was. My personal favorite thing is we did a community service project where we got to decorate basically a cabinet that would be set out with different kinds of goodies in them. And I thought that was really fun, and it helped us out to work. We all worked as a team. We worked in 2 teams and built 2 cabinets and painted them, made them look all pretty for the National FA, so that was really fun and a good community project for us.
That was actually also my very favorite thing. Like, I could not choose another thing. It was cool because we got to help out the public. These were going to go to the Indianapolis, like downtown. They were going to put, they're like food pantries, so people that didn't have food, it was kind of like little food banks that they could come and get whatever they wanted from. And we decorated them all in FFA, like Taylor said, and it was really cool because now people that don't have food and are struggling can go and get that from our boxes, and it was just a really good cause. You felt really good after we got done with it. I think you guys have to make something different.
So my favorite activity was the student-led workshops that we did, and basically they would pile a bunch of kids into a room and you'd sit at different tables with people from all around the country from different chapters, and you get to know them and you do some learning activities with them, whether it was building a board game or just sharing thoughts and feelings on different subjects. And so that was a really fun way to connect with everyone else that had came all over the country to this one convention for FFA and just meet everyone else.
My favorite was just wandering around the convention, going all to little stores and shops and stuff. What?
He's the one middle school kid, I don't know if you can tell.
Well, my favorite stand, which I'm sure you're not going to be surprised, was the lollipop stand. Yep. So that was probably my favorite because you got to go see all the different stuff that they were selling.
It was cool. I mean, we got to go to that every day and see all the new things. Oh, the college fair was also a thing on my list. It was really cool. They had a bunch of colleges come and hand out pamphlets and everything, and it was kind of cool. I went to apply to some places I never thought I would just because I went and talked to their college. So, yeah, it was a good experience.
Right, and that'll wrap it up for us. So thank you so much for letting us present to you guys. Do you guys have any questions for us?
Does council, do you have comments or questions for the representative of FFA?
Well, that was the best presentation I've seen since I've been here. I could take some lessons from you guys in public speaking, holy cow.
I was just going to say thank you guys for coming and giving this presentation. I know being on city council, when I first started, I hated speaking in public, and I still do to a certain extent. So for you guys being in high school and middle school to come here and do this, it's pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
I have just one comment. As a group and as individuals, you're a shining example for all ranges of students, not only in Goldendale, but in the county, in the state, and now even in the country. You're an incredible example of all that youth can accomplish. Great job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mayor, if I may, I just add, I know these guys work really hard. I've chaperoned them at nationals, not this nationals, I missed out, but previous years and at state competitions. And they work year-round on their projects, but also their advisors work year-round on projects. And over the weekends, and when everybody else is taking holiday, they're working hard with the kids. Over summer break, you know, you see, if you follow the Goldendale FFA, you see them posting day, night, weekends, holidays. And they do a lot of work, and a lot of the projects they do help our local economy, like they do banners. So if anybody needs banners in the local community, they do those. And they have so many other projects that they make here at schools.
And so if you guys want to keep up with what we're doing in future years, we are on Instagram and Facebook, and we post mainly everything that we do. So that's a way you can keep up if you want to continue seeing all the stuff that we've been doing.
That's probably the most wholesome site on Facebook, I bet. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Any other comments? Council?
Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Philberto. Great support for them too. We're going now to department reports, and we'll begin with our Chief of Police, Jay Hunslick.
Thank you, Mayor. I've got two things to go over. I just know the Veterans Parade went very well. Everyone's staging for the parade got thoroughly drenched, and then as soon as the parade stopped, the rain stopped. So we didn't have any problems during the parade, so that worked out good. On the note of police, our city, the county, and adjoining state and counties are seeing an increase in thefts, vehicle prowls. So we want to reach out to everybody that we're working on it, but we also want to reach out and remind everyone to, one, lock your vehicles. If you got any valuables that you have in your vehicles, take them out at the end of the day. Lock all doors, windows. And if you see anything suspicious, report it to us. Let us come take a look at it and see. We are going into holiday season. As a reminder, people are going to be doing a lot of online ordering, packages coming through the mail. You know, they're inundated, but if you are not going to be home, try to arrange maybe to have somebody watch, a neighbor or somebody watch for your package being delivered and secure it for you if nobody can be there to do it, because again, this is the time where packages are going to start disappearing again because of what they call, you know, porch pirates, which are thieves coming up and taking your Amazon packages. But we, all surrounding agencies are working hard. We're developing some leads. I won't go into detail of that, but just as a safety reminder, everyone, please lock it up. You know, if you don't want to lose it, make sure it's locked, because of a lot of the stuff that's being reported to us in the county, most of it is from unsecured items. Not all the time. There are some forced entries, whether it be a shed or a vehicle or a residence. But, lock it up, do your best you can to secure it. And again, if you see anything suspicious, please give us a call right away. Let us come in and take a look at it. Other than that, that's all I have.
Thank you, Jake. Stephen's here to represent the Goldendale Fire Department. Stephen.
So from the fire department, I would just like to put out kind of a public announcement that we are going into that colder time of the year. This is the time of year we do have a tendency to see an uptick in structure fires. So we just ask everybody to be safe, make safe choices on their heating choices. And if you do burn wood, I would advise that you do make sure you have cleaned your chimney and or inspected it for this season. So just a PSA kind of. That's all I got, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, Public Works is not on the line. Thank you both. We'll go on now to council business, and the item is special time capsule committee, and with this, we've got appointed a committee, and this is for the time capsule, both opening the time capsule as well as beginning a new time capsule as well. And there are certain things that are achieved through this time capsule. What the committee is intending to do is to discuss, but it's not limited to these following: identifying ways that the community can be engaged around the opening of the time capsule for the year 2022. It's something that was incredibly important when it was first put together, and a lot of those people are still here in Goldendale or may even come back for this event, and it'll help them to be involved in it as well. Also to discuss techniques to coordinate with the Chamber of Commerce and the city to market the event within the Community Days weekend. And Larry's well prepared on that aspect of Community Days. This will be a big event for Community Days this year. Also, the committee will work with the Cleveland County Historical Society on historical aspects of the year of 2022 for the existence of the city of Goldendale. And the last, and these are just the initial ones, discuss the establishment of a new time capsule to be opened in future generation. And we're expecting that that's probably going to happen. I don't know whether you've had a chance to talk with your members.
Yes, that is the plan. We'll bury another time capsule and to be opened in another 50 years. And that'll be for the bicentennial of the town, 2072. So I hope you're all here for that. Right? 2072?
Me too.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
The members of the Time Capsule Committee: Dave Jones, City Councilman; Andy Hall, City Council; Ellie Casey, also from City Council; Nicole Lundeen from the Chamber of Commerce, she's the Executive Director; also Casey Naher, Jenny Balcom, Daniel Lefevre, Kim Marvel, Casey Bain, and I have a little bit more there. Terry McLeod from the branch manager of our library, and James Radcliffe, and I'm not sure what James' connection is.
He's the president of the Historical Society.
That's it. Good. So these are leading agencies that provide public service and are very much associated with the history of our city. I think we're going to learn more about Goldendale than we've known in the past, as people have either moved here or maybe grew up here but weren't aware that there was something as neat as a time capsule buried here.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. Is this in the courthouse lawn?
Yeah, right next to the monument there.
All right. Good. So we hope everybody will participate in that event in July. Community Days and for this council. Do you have anything more, Dave, you want to?
No, that covers it pretty well. Thank you, Mayor.
Great job. We need a motion to create this committee. I've appointed it, now we've got to get the paperwork done.
I'll move to approve the committee.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded to create a special committee regarding the opening of the time capsule and to confirm the mayor's appointments. Those that we've just read the list of. By your action and by your vote, we'll confirm them as members of this council, of this committee. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Good. Thank you all. Thank you all. To me, this type of activity is a very positive thing for our community. Look at all that has been done in history as well as all that's been done in a number of tough times, this year being one of the very toughest. I think people are taking pride at what they've gotten through as well as what we might face in the future. The next item is a resolution, and this is the property tax levy for 2022. And our city administrator, Larry Bellamy, will present that document.
Okay, this is a resolution that's required by the Licking County Assessor's Office regarding setting of the tax levy for each year. The maximum increase that we are allowed to request is up 1%. The current collection activity for 2020 was $951,942.69, and for the year 2022, the increase will be 1% of that amount, which equals $9,519.43. So it's a little less than $10,000 added to our property tax revenue account. And I would recommend that the council adopt a resolution authorizing that levy increase.
Council, are there comments or questions on this resolution before we draw a motion? If not, we do need a motion to adopt this ordinance number 1511. We have a proposal in a second.
Well, Mayor, I so move that we adopt the resolution.
Number 720, correct?
Right, yeah.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded to adopt ordinance number 1511, increasing the appropriations of the Economic Development Fund. Am I on the right one? For the Economic Development Fund in the amount of $7,500. That's not the right one. I'm sorry. Folks, they're face to face and it's hard to keep up with some of them. When I heard 720, I thought, where'd that number go? It's been moved and seconded to adopt resolution number 720, authorizing a property tax levy increase, as explained by our city councilman. Any opposed or any comments you wish to make before we vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. And adopting the other one doesn't count yet, so. Larry, the next item is the second reading of 2021 budget amendment and economic development, and Larry Bellamy will present that.
Okay, we passed this ordinance for its first reading after hearing a presentation by the Chamber of Commerce regarding their request to support the Chamber of Commerce and their Art at the Heart of Goldendale campaign for economic development and downtown revitalization in the city of Goldendale. So at the last meeting, we read it for the first reading and accepted it. I had it reviewed by our municipal attorney, Mickey Jackson, and they approved the language the way it was written, so we were good with that. And so it's ready for its second reading and full adoption at this meeting. The only thing I'd like to mention, I realized that the municipal section 3.36020 was actually talking about the housing rehab monies that come back into the housing rehab fund, not the economic development fund. So the real fund that needs to have the amendment is the housing rehab fund, because that's where the money came when people paid off their rehab loans. So with the change from economic development fund to housing rehab fund, I would recommend that this ordinance be adopted for its final reading. It's ordinance number 1511.
Any comments or questions from the council? If not, do we have a motion?
Also move.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
It's moved and seconded to adopt ordinance number 1511, increasing the appropriations in the Economic Development Fund in the amount of $7,500. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for the mix-up before. Those things just happen. We'll go on now to the report of officers and city administrator. And we'll begin with Larry Bellamy, who's had a busy night like every night, every council night.
I think I'll talk about a few things and we'll see if I can't keep it in date order. And we'll go with it that way. So today was the deadline for the request for qualification statements for the wastewater treatment plant improvement project. And we did receive a qualification statement from RH2, which is the same engineering consultant, engineering consultant that provided the work done to amend the facility plan. And they were actually the only ones that did apply, and we've had some good advice from them on the project so far, and especially when we had the discussions regarding acceptance of a loan package to have this project move forward. So we will confirm that in the upcoming council, and we will then begin working on a proposal for planning and design of that particular project. If you haven't already heard, we do have some grant funding we are continuing to pursue grant funding for this project. And we did receive the $205,000, which was kind of a credit on the DOE loan. And then we received $250,000 grant from Cleveland County through their .09 funds. And actually, in an email today, I received information from the Department of Commerce about an energy retrofit for public buildings. And it would do things, the city is eligible, and these retrofits are to save money and reduce the carbon footprint in your area. So a lot of the elements of the wastewater treatment plant improvement project is to save energy costs. And so this might fit with this project, and so I've already forwarded a copy of it to RH2, and we will see if we are eligible to apply for this particular it's a grant program, I should say. And their listening session is scheduled for December 6th, so we'll try to make sure we get in there and listen to that and see if it would apply to our particular building and all the retrofits that we do plan to do at the wastewater treatment plant. The next item I'd like to talk about is, we've had some people ask about the two positions that were a little bit convoluted in how they came about is with the city council. Ellie and Lauren, of course, ran unopposed, and Mylan ran in against Ashley Cooper, and it appears that he will take that seat, according to this. But we did have issues with Dave Jones's spot and Darren Williams' spot, so some of the council members asked me, well, how does that work? And for Darlene's spot, because she was appointed to the position, as soon as the election is certified, the person that won the election then can take office. So the election is due to be certified on November 23rd, and at that point in time, after that, which would be the next council meeting on December 6th, we would be eligible, the person that was elected to that position could be sworn in at that time. So on December 6th, if Steve Johnson so desires, he can be sworn in at that date, and he would be the next council member for this position. As far as Kevin's position, Kevin Piak's position, he resigned after the candidate filing week and after a point when they couldn't take him off of the ballot. And so he's still on the ballot and he won the election, but he's not eligible to take office. So Dave Jones filled that spot. And then at the beginning of the year, in the first meeting in January, then you can reappoint Dave if you so desire. So there'll be a reappointment at that time. He serves through the end of the year.
Very good.
Okay, so that's upcoming for these two positions. And then what's upcoming for Mylan and Ellie and Lauren would be sworn in at the first meeting in January 2022. Okay, so that takes care of that. I got that. Okay, on December, we are beginning to work on the city administrator position. We're doing advertising, are going out this week. And we have a packet of materials that we've asked people to comply, to submit to us if they're interested in that position. We will get that advertising out this week. On Wednesday, you'll see it in the Goldendale Sentinel, and then we're going to other various places where you put your employment and your hiring opportunities available to the communities or the people that are looking for a position like this. So we put a date of December 10th as the first review. Let's see, yeah, the first review is scheduled for December 10th. That'll be the Friday before the Christmas parade. And the Christmas parade is scheduled for the 11th of December, and it's going to be set up and start about 5 o'clock this year. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Larry. We'll go on now to city council members, and I'll begin with our Mayor Pro Tem, Andy Hall.
I don't have anything.
Lauren,
No report.
appreciate you being here. Mylan, Walden.
Well, thank you, Mayor. Well, a couple things. We're trying to, for the Christmas holidays, we're trying to come up with decorating some of the trees down at on Main Street. I think we're just going to do maybe a few of the trees for this year, and if we get the infrastructure grant from the infrastructure, we could hopefully we can pursue and getting new sidewalks put in, and with that, then we can put water and electrical lines under the sidewalks, and after that, we would have power to all the trees of downtown, on the main street of the downtown, and which I think would be look very nice. I guess that's it right now. Again, we're still working on the airport and other projects, and it's good message, but Larry has said about the wastewater treatment plant, that there's potential chance there, so anyway, that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Mylan. Thank you. Ellie, Casey.
Just hope everybody has a nice Thanksgiving next week. That's it.
Good, thank you. Darlene's not here. Phil Berto.
We don't have anything else?
You did a great job on working with the FFA on their presentation and all the other work you've done. It's something to be very proud of. Dave.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Mayor. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the observatory a little bit. I was up there last week. First time I'd been up there since I was a kid, and man, what a job they did up there. It is beautiful, and If you haven't been up there to see the new observatory yet, hey, it's really good. Troy just does a great job on his educational. I mean, it was just, I couldn't be more impressed by it. And yeah, the telescope, you see everything. It was something else. I'll be up there again soon, I'm sure.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you. I think that covers all the council, and as far as mayor's remarks, like Ellie, I hope people will enjoy this Thanksgiving, that you'll get your whatever festival meal you want to prepare, that you'll find the turkey you're looking for, and all that. I've been around looking for turkeys. I like turkey a lot at Thanksgiving. And they seem to be around and fairly priced. And I hope that your dinner and your family reunion and family visits will turn out to be a great success, and look back on a year and enjoy all that individually and collectively you've accomplished as a community and as a country. We're going to beat this one of these days. Thank you. The next item is public comment. Public comment. Is there anyone here for public comment? Okay.
Kevin,
There's Kevin's hand.
he has his hand up.
I have my hand up, Mayor. Can you hear me, Mayor?
Yes?
Okay. The first thing I want to do is, I literally stood up and applauded the kids from FAA. And Roberto, wonderful one, you guys they were great. They gave a great presentation. The second thing is on the observatory is, I don't know if anybody's been paying attention, but I believe it is Saturn, Jupiter, and Venus have aligned with the moon this week. I'm able to see it here, and we now have a meteor shower coming in a few days, so it should be quite a spectacle for everybody. And Mayor, as far as the election is concerned, when you get out of your meeting or tomorrow, can you give me a call, Mayor?
Certainly will. I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay. And that's about it. And I'm glad to see you have a full city council meeting now that Lauren showed up.
You're kind of garbled there, Kevin, but thank you for your comments.
All right. Love y'all. Y'all have a great day. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Same for you. Anyone else for public comment on the line or here in the room? If not, we're going to need to adjourn the meeting. We have an executive session coming up immediately afterwards. So do we have a motion to adjourn?
For how long is the meeting? Or how long is the session?
Actually, we don't want to adjourn the meeting just yet. We'll do that
Okay, so
after.
we do that within the meeting. Okay. Then we need to clear the room for executive session, and we'll open it. How long do you expect us to?
Half an hour.
Half an hour. Wow, that's short. We appreciate everyone being here.
Good thoughts. Good